Hello, world, and welcome everyone. My name is Augusto. I'm from Brazil, and today, as you can see, I have all my bags ready. I'm moving to São Paulo city. So today, I'm gonna show you a little bit of Americana. This is where I'm from. This is where I'm living, and then later on, we will see each other on São Paulo city already. Okay. Okay, guys, so I did some externals here to show you a little bit of the city and a little bit of history. I'm gonna be doing some voiceovers because sometimes the sound is not good. And of course, I wanted to make it clear that due to the restrictions, there were a lot of touristic places that I could not go, like the zoo, like the Mueller Mansion, and some other things that we have here. I'm gonna try to show you a little bit of my hometown, just a small city in Brazil, and then later we'll compare a little bit with the biggest city in Brazil, the second largest city in the world in population, second only to New York City. So let's compare a little bit of Americana with São Paulo. So let's go. Okay, guys, this is called Brazil Avenue here in my city. This is actually just the beginning. It goes a long, long way. We have a zoo at the end. We have a observatory, botanic garden, and I'm gonna show you all that later. But I'm heading in the opposite direction right now. Right here, this building is the City Hall. As you can see, City Hall of Americana. I don't know if you can see the logo. It says Ex Labore Dulcedo. It's Latin for from work comes sweetness or carry, something in that line. This is actually something I've been meaning to ask you. I know a lot of cities in Brazil have a Latin motto. I want to know if your cities or your countries also have the same tradition. And if you are from Brazil, please share your city's motto. So, why the name Americana in the first place? Well, at the end of the Civil War in the United States, a lot of Americans migrated to Brazil, 2.7 thousand if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of the Southerners, they came to Brazil, and a lot of them came to inner cities such as Santa Barbara. And here you can see one of senator, if I'm not mistaken, from United States, celebrating the village of Americana, which was built around the city of Santa Barbara. Here are some the statue of a Confederate soldier who managed to diplomatically emancipate Americana Village in 1925 from Santa Barbara, which was actually the owner of Americana. This started because of the Carioba village. It was one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city. It is said that the first asphalt in Brazil was built here. I cannot confirm that right now. The Carioba was huge, and they were doing a lot of fabric and tissue and cotton related because of the Americans. So this took interest on some Germans, the commander Hermann, Theodor, and Franz Miller. They came to Brazil in 1901 and they purchased a lot of land. So as you can see, this is their house. Today it functions as a library and a park, but at the foundation of the city, it was the mansion of the owners. A unusual collaboration between Americans and Germans, I would say. This right here is the other part of the square. Like I said, this big one. This dude was rich. The slave business must be good. We have here our fountain. It's been a long time since I have seen it working. It's nice. And then the rest of it is basically the center of the city. So this right here, this old building, this is actually the train station, right? But there are some interesting facts surrounding that train station. First of all, on this train station nowadays is only used for cargo, not human transport or anything. This is the entrance, or was anyway. As you can see, we have here the train station. At the time that Brazil was still an empire, the capital was Rio de Janeiro. So, Dom Pedro II, he loved watermelons. He really loved them. And Americana was famous for the watermelons. We had the best watermelons in the region. So Dom Pedro actually told to build a railroad from Americana to Rio de Janeiro. That's a different state. It's really far away. Just so he could have the watermelon from Americana. Right now I'm entering the terminal, the bus terminal. I'm going home. But like I was saying about the train station, during the imperial time, Dom Pedro liked so much the watermelons, he decided to build the railroad up to Rio de Janeiro, just so he could eat it straight from his house, you know. The delivery was at his palace or mansion or whatever he had at the time. And so until this day there's a railroad connection between Americana and Rio. And now it's just for cargo, like I said. But I have talked to Cariocas, people from Rio, and most of them know that story. They just don't know which city it is, you know, and it's Americana. That's the kind of crazy thing that happens here. We have Germans and Americans colonizing and building the city. We have emperors building railroads just for watermelons. It's just another day in Brazil. So guys, as you could see, this was a little bit of Americana, my hometown. Of course, there's still a lot of things to talk about, and there's still a lot of things to show you guys that I hope someday I can come back here and show you everything. But that's just to demonstrate how powerful a small city that probably most Brazilian never even heard about was such a small city, such a small region, have the amount of culture and amount of diversity and history that's amazing. So that's what I'm trying to do, to show you guys the real Brazil, this kind of cities, you know. And I'm counting on my friends and my partners and everybody to show me, to send me, to request some cities, to request some, to send some information, some data, some photos, some touristic points, history, everything that is cultural from all over Brazil is welcome, and we're gonna do this together, okay? Ciao.